Hello, my name is Gloria Wu. I am currently a 10th grader at Westwood High School here in Austin, Texas, and today I'll be presenting my volunteer program, Project Rise Together. So, our mission is to support and connect with underprivileged children through ongoing initiatives, and these are youth who live with a single parent, are in poverty, dangerous neighborhoods, or any other sort of similar situation like that. And how we've been able to do this is by creating partnerships with different organizations, the first being Austin Chinese American Network, or ACAN, who is our parent organization and provides funds, project management, and most of our volunteers come from ACAN as well. Secondly, we have Children of the King, which provides after-school care to underprivileged children in the community, and we've worked with them for all of our activities and our trips over the past year. As we continue to grow, we hope to partner with other organizations similar to Children of the King. That way we can help more people in the community. And we also have Ascend Outdoor Adventures, which provides guides, outdoor experience, and gear for all of our outdoor trips to make sure that everything is safe. And lastly, we have a Papa who generously donated to sponsor our Enchanted Rock trip for this year. So what exactly are these activities that we've been hosting? Well, Rise Together started almost exactly a year ago with our Enchanted Rock trip, which had 30 underprivileged children and 10 youth volunteers. And actually 2 weeks ago, we had our second annual Enchanted Rock trip. So both of these trips, it was a weekend trip, 3 days long, 2 nights, where we went camping, hiking, rock climbing, rappelling, caving, and had a lot of campfire time and just bonding time with these kids, getting to know them, getting to know about them, and finding new ways that we could help them. After our first Enchanted Rock trip, we started going to Children of the King Center every Friday night and serving these kids for 3 to 4 hours by cooking for them, cleaning, playing with them, just being their friend, and just being someone that can support them. And lastly, we had our New Mexico trip last year, which was a whole week long, and we brought a total of 51 people to New Mexico, so around 20 volunteers and 20 underprivileged children. And we had a week of fun outdoor activities as well as a service project and a lot of time just to get to know each other. So over the past year, we've been able to sponsor 75 underprivileged children to go on our 3 outdoor trips, and all of our volunteers generously donated so the underprivileged children didn't have to pay any costs at all, which was our main goal. We've had over 100 adults and youth volunteer for our program and donate for us, and we've raised over $30,000 for our various activities and trips. As for the impact of this project so far, there's been a big impact of us on the community, but also the community has made a great impact on us as volunteers. So this picture is one of the teenagers that I met on our first Enchanted Rock trip, and I'm still great friends with him. I see him almost every week at the center. And on our first trip, I became great friends with him really quickly. So when we were rock climbing and hiking, I got to know about him. He told me about his school and his life, and we became friends really quickly. And it wasn't until about a week after that trip that his director told me that he was actually unable to fit in with his peers. But with ACAN and Rise Together, he was able to find a group of people that he fit in with and that he felt loved with. And as for the impact on us as volunteers, we have been able to connect with these teenagers, obviously through our various trips, and learn about their lives. And this is one of the teenagers who we had the privilege of hearing her testimony. And she told us about all the hardships and challenges she endured as she spent most of her life living homeless. But thanks to Children of the King and Rise Together support, she was able to settle down here in Austin and have a community of friends and family who loves her and takes care of her. And it was just a very motivating and inspiring story for me and for all the other volunteers to hear. And for our future plans, we hope to continue to develop Austin's model locally. This means that we're going to keep going to the center every week on Fridays and to hopefully help them with their schoolwork. And we also hope to start helping the adults there as well. Next week, we're going to start bringing Chinese food so they don't have to worry about meals for a night, and also to continue our annual Enchanted Rock trips. As for a national scope, we hope to establish 10 chapters in different cities over the next year, and to be able to host 2 summer camps with all of these youth and underprivileged children across the country. So it'll be 2 camps similar to New Mexico, but with people from the country, from all over the country. And lastly, we hope to connect with other organizations similar to Children of the King and ACAN. For instance, this year for our New Mexico trip in June, we are working with another organization similar to Children of the King, but from Houston. So we hope to do this so that we can reach more underprivileged communities across the country. So thank you for listening to my presentation, and please ask any questions you may have.
CK?
Can I ask
Danielle, go ahead.
Question. Thank you for the presentation. This is really great. I see that you have 75 youths that you guys helped. So do you have like the ethnic breakdown of that group?
Yes, so the 75 children are just the ones that went on our outdoor trips, and there's much more that we met at the center. And most of them are, there's a lot of Black kids and some white kids. There's not many Asians. It's just mainly the children from the community in Round Rock. So it hasn't really expanded to like the Asian community.
Thank you.
I like the fact that you are working with a number of partners. How do you maintain your own identity while working with those partners? Many of them are much bigger and well established than you are.
Thank you for your question. And for our partners, well, ACAN is our parent organization, so we are actually under them, and we use them to help promote our project, while Children of the King is the organization we're kind of serving, and Ascend is the organization that we work with, and they provide just the technical aspect for our trips, while we fund the trips, and we find the volunteers, and we find the children.
So is Rise Together a project under those organizations?
It's a project under ACAN, and we work with the other organizations to host our various activities.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have a question that follows up on that one. How did you build those partnerships? Because I am very familiar with APAPA, right? And that's a big organization, and you get them as a partner, right? So that was like, wow, how did you build those partnerships?
Well, ACAN is a local organization that my family had been a part of for many years, so that's kind of where we started the project. Ascend is an outdoor organization that my family has worked with for various outdoor trips previously, and they were the ones who told us about Children of the King, so we were able to work with them. It was a pretty fortunate, like, already made connection that we were able just to like benefit from, I guess, and help. And as for APAPA, they have connections with ACAN, and they donated money for our trip this year.
Okay, it's really impressive to build partnership, because a lot of things that needs to be done in the world cannot be done without partnership. So amazing job.
Thank you.
Okay, with that said, thank you so much, judges. Do the thing.